Welcome back, Cancer Leo, to your beginning of the month reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button and subscribe. Best messages coming out. Okay. Oh. Taking that leap of faith with that trust, that is the same as the Fool card coming out, saying time to trust in your instincts, time to take that stance, time to make that leap of faith. If you know that there's somewhere that you want to go, it's time to put that trust in there and say, you know what? It's calling to me. Let's just see what's going on, right? Okay, let's see. There's like, okay, I can see it. You're saying, but I don't really have the desire to want to trust this. I'm still in some kind of sadness and isolation when it comes to this situation. So I'm not sure I really want to trust this situation. It feels like it might be a person, right? Whatever the situation is, there's something going on that's already caused you sadness and isolation that says, I've already been hurt within this situation. I don't know if I want to trust this situation. Do I need to trust this situation? It says there is a well-deserved reward coming towards you, but you're just refusing to see. Oh no, refusing to see is in reverse. So it's saying, I see the opportunity over here, but I don't want to trust in this situation. Whoa, we got two different situations going on. Oh, wow. So let's go ahead and clarify on why we have two different situations. What about the one that causes the sadness, the isolation, the hurt? And I'm just tired of that. I don't want to share my love. I don't want to share over here. Well, it's actually coming out sideways. So it's kind of like iffy, right? Three of Cups. It's iffy. I'm not sure, right? If there's really going to be a celebration. I'm not sure that this friendship can really go on. I'm not sure if I want to take you back into my loving arms and share my love with you, share my opportunities with you, share myself with you, right? But let's see what we have on the well-deserved reward. It says that I can see over here that I have a well-deserved reward. I see what's going on for myself. This is because this is where I've put in the dedicated effort. So with the dedicated effort, I see. So it's saying pretty much, we need two pentacles over here because it's saying I know where I need to put my trust and where I should take my leap of faith, right? Because I know where I've put my dedicated efforts. I know where I've shared my love. I can see exactly what's going on. Wow. Okay. Well, they're saying you're definitely already knowing where you want to trust. So you're not sure, right? In some areas, you're like, I don't know if I want to take you back. But I do know that I see that this over here has this huge opportunity with all the well-deserved rewards because I'm getting my Nine of Pentacles. I put in that hard work. So I know I'm going to get that back. Yes, because I've shared in this situation. Giving and receiving, I've balanced out that situation. So I know what's coming. I have the gift and the abundance coming towards me because, yeah, well, I shared with you. Could be sharing definitely with a Capricorn or a Virgo over here. Right? Doesn't have to be, but it definitely is saying this is what I was holding on to. This is what I'm holding on to in the end, right? This is where I know I can attain the happiness and where I can contain the fulfillment of wishes and desires and my truth. And this I know is trustworthy. But I'm still a little iffy on that one. I don't know if I should give that one another chance because I pretty much can see where, that kind of leads down the road. Let's see what it's saying. Moving on to calmer waters. I left this relationship a long time ago. And even if it wasn't that long ago, in your head, it was a long time ago. Right? It says, I've already transitioned and moved on past this. This is something I do not want to return to. I've found the calmer waters from this situation. There was too much disappointment. There's too much untrustworthiness. Now, interesting, it says it wants you to take the leap of faith where you know you need to be, right? I feel like you do have this, could be an air or water sign, coming toward you who says, you know what, they accept though that you withdrew from them. They accept what you were saying, but they don't like it. They're still trying to reach out to you. They don't want this to end this way, or they didn't want it to end this way. They have an information overload over here. They really want you to make the right choice. They feel like they're a little confused. Okay, they're making this kind of breakthrough. They're going to tell you they have all this success, that they've made a lot of breakthroughs within their life. Okay, and so that they really want you to trust them. Now, of course, that's always up to you. Okay, so let's get a couple of cards over here and see what is going on. In the overall, pretty much we know, they want to come back, and for some of you, it almost feels like, destroy everything I've built. Spirit says you already have the Wheel of Fortune, and you've already gone through some healing, and any healing that you have left to do, go ahead and take the lead. You know where you're going and where you're progressing to, right? You already hold the reins. So there's no real reason for any of this, right? You know where to give and receive. We already seen that. So, it's almost like just take care of yourself, right? You went through a learning lesson, and you know what? It's almost like we don't need to go through this learning lesson again, right? I've already observed the situation, even though they're waiting for the results, because they're going to definitely come and talk to you and want you to listen to all their nonsense. I'm sorry, it's going to be nonsense too, for a lot of you, because actually it just feels like it's something that happened. Some of you might want the reconciliation, but I'm telling you right now, it already pretty much says in here that I've already reconciled to the place of healing, right? I've already reconciled to the place where it's like I'm not going to take that risk anymore. I've already got what I want. Now, for some of you, you might be saying, I want them to come and tell me sorry. Tell me you're sorry. I'm waiting, right? But that's about it, and I'll be listening, right? Maybe that's all it is. Maybe you're waiting for them to say sorry, right? Because then that can change everything. You're waiting for that forgiveness. You're waiting for that truth. Tell me what I need to hear, and that could be literally it. I just, you know what? The only thing I want from them is for them to apologize. Does that mean we'll be back together? I didn't say that. What I said is I'm waiting for you to apologize. So for some of you, if this is a love situation, it could just be that this person was a very controlling person, and they had a very cunning side, a side that was kind of dark, a side that I was like it said over there, untrustworthy. I just could not trust you. But you really, why do I feel like for a lot of you, it's I need you to come apologize to me. Overcoming obstacles and establish that contact. If you're going to come and contact me, then I better hear a sorry, and it better be from the damn heart, right? For others of you, it's like, I don't want that invitation at all. I'm good. Take it how it is. General reading. Okay, let's see. Work daily towards improving your mental health. Yeah, do not allow this person to get back. If they're going to come in and just manipulate the situation, just ignore them, because you definitely don't want them working on your mental. Your mental gets into your emotional, and it's just like, no, we're done. Know thyself. It is the most important task you have. You know what you're going to take and what you're going to avoid. So avoid hateful thoughts, as they are just as hurtful as physically striking someone. So careful how you think, because it is bad karma, unfortunately, right? So you want to do as much as you can just to keep yourself light and airy. And you know what? I've already been down this road, and I'm not going to do this again. I don't need karma between you and me, whether it's through my thoughts, through my words, through my actions. I don't need nothing. Shh, right? Quiet the mind. Do something to improve yourself. Any improvement you make will benefit all of humanity. And I always say too, remember, reaction, right, to the action. So it's like, forgive and move on, right? No matter what, we're humans, we're going to think something bad, right? But just don't sit there for a long time, right? Be like, I got this really bad thought, and okay, I thought it, I'm done. I forgive you. I'm moving on, right? Because, and yeah, it's not always easy because, but make sure that the reaction doesn't last long. You don't want to be holding on to that. Okay, because it just brings down the vibration. why would you want somebody? I always say, holding on to somebody else's vibration, it's like you're almost like letting them win. Why? Because they've affected you so much that you're in a lower vibration. They get to hurt you and win at the same time. No. You get to hurt me, you get to win for a second, and then I'm going to build myself up and I'm going to let you go because I'm not going to allow you to interfere within my energy. Because if I'm in a lower vibration and I'm meeting and matching your vibration, that means you win, right? That means they win because they've pissed you off. They've done this, they've done that. It's like you've already done enough to hurt me. Well, I'm not going to let you win, right? And it is kind of like that if you think about it. Kind of look at it from a different point of view. When you're observing certain situations, listen to your friends and how they talk about things, or family members when they talk about somebody else, and you're like, wow, you're really allowing that person to really get under your skin and really piss you off. You need calm, calm, calm. And if you're just going to be like that every day, that means you let them win. Why? Because you're can't stop thinking about that. You know what I mean? So shh, calm the mind, move forward, right? And that's pretty much what Spirit is saying over here. Just don't hold on to that very long. Yes, people piss us off and do things, but let it go, right? Let it go so that you can, destroy the day over here for the positive reasons, right? Okay, my friends, until next time, peace and love. Bye bye.